What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Pat Hilton live on Facebook. It's Mindset Monday here at the Content Hub of Dallas, broadcasting to you. And it was an interesting day today. I had jury duty today. So I had to show up for jury duty, which is kind of interesting. If you know me, you know that 6 years ago, I went into a courtroom and got my license suspended because of a second DUI. And now here I am 6 years later, sober, haven't touched alcohol since, and they invited me to be there. And so it's important to remember that, you know, as you go through life, you're going to run into challenges and you're going to run into obstacles, and how you react and how you adapt in those moments is going to determine a lot about what you become. I mean, if you're dealing with something right now and it's the shittiest moment of your entire life, you've got one option. You can either get worse and continue doing that behavior, or you can just say, hey, if I just don't do this behavior anymore, I can't possibly ever lose in this category ever again. If I just never drink alcohol again, well, then it's impossible to get another DUI because I've never touched alcohol since. And so far, my track record's 100%. If I don't drink alcohol, I don't get DUIs. It's usually, I mean, sounds so simple, right? And back in the day, there wasn't as much Uber or Lyft or any of that. And by the way, Justin Timberlake just got a DUI, and he was just telling everybody, you know, take a Lyft or take an Uber. Nelly just got a DUI. So it's like people are still going to think they're okay. And you got to understand that the law says that you're not. So think about those things in your everyday life. What kind of a decision am I going to make right now? Because, you know, Justin Timberlake, pretty famous guy, made a silly call, got in the car and drove. Now he's on the microphone. He's got all these cameras on him. What he chooses to do from that point, I have no idea. But I think that everybody out there, especially right now on social media, there's a lot of unrest, mental unrest in America right now with people's minds. And I've felt it too. You know, coming to the end of the year, people start to, stop hitting the accelerator so hard. And winter months, I think that's when it's time to turn up. Coming into the new year with momentum. I've always entered the new year with a ton of momentum every single year. Tons of momentum. And I think that's important. I think I want to create that here, is that momentum, that frequency, where we're like, hey, listen, 2025 is right around the corner. Let's start with those habits now. I see a lot more people going live on Facebook that I never saw going live, just because I think we all should be doing it. I do it. I advocate that you do it. It's free for us to communicate with each other and get our message out there and put positivity out there if we hit that button and put it out there. Or we just keep on seeing what everybody is sharing that is all either good or bad, but at the same time, you want to be aware of stuff that's going on. You want to help as much as possible. But at the same time, one of the best ways that you can help is by going out there and kicking ass in your everyday life. I don't have unlimited resources. I'm just super resourceful with what I have. And the more we can support each other, anybody who's out there trying to do something, I'm trying to come into 2025 with an environment that you can literally come here and we can create an environment at this studio, at the Content Hub, that is positive, that benefits you. It's awesome. And I want to bring that mindset into 2025, that we're so capable of doing awesome shit if we come together and if we help each other and if we support each other. But if we don't, dude, it's just not smart. It's not resourceful. We're better off just hooking up and helping each other. So here we are, Content Hub of Dallas, Mindset Monday. It is the beginning of October. So I moved into this property about 60 days ago. We built the whole second floor out into studios and studio rooms. This is the main room where you can come and you can record your speech. You can come and you can record your webinar. You can come and you can host your mastermind here. podcasting, shoot your vertical videos, shoot your audio streams. Not only am I streaming live on Facebook right now, but I'm recording to the hard disk, and I'm doing that with 3 different angles. So we'll be able to take 3 different angles of this live stream that is this one camera, and we'll be able to chop it up into all different kinds of clips. And so if you're somebody that struggles to put out daily content, it's because you don't have a folder full of stuff that you can choose from. And sometimes I record a whole bunch of stuff, I don't even like it. I'm like, oh, no, I sound like an idiot. When in reality, some of the stuff is probably pretty good. It just needs to be edited a certain way. And what you realize, once you start editing things a certain way, you realize, well, that's how I need to deliver it. So you'll get to a point where when you've got topics, you can break down the topic and the script in your head and say, all right, here's how I'm going to start off with the topic with a nice hook. I'm going to give this amount of value, and I'm going to give a call to action. If you can do that in 10 to 15 or 20 seconds, and people can go and they can see that you can do this on your page about your product or your service or your consulting or your coaching, what do you coach people on? A lot of people are like, I'm a coach. What do you coach people on? Just like life, okay? That's why I've never wanted to promote myself as a coach, because it's like, well, I run a media company. We sit you down in the studio and we record all your stuff. This stuff is so fancy. I'm not used to this fancy stuff. I usually got the handheld mic and I'm just bouncing around talking smack, pow, pow, pow. But now I got the Steve Jobs headset on. And that's the difference. If you wanted the handheld microphone, you should be able to use that. When you go into a professional environment to record and produce, it gives you a different mindset. Different mindset. All the famous bands, all the famous artists, all the famous songs, they went somewhere and they recorded that track. Whether it was the first documentation of it or the hit single that you hear on the radio or on YouTube, they went somewhere and they made it sound like a hit. And every business in America, every business owner in America should be trying to craft those hits with their personal brand, with their Instagram page, with their Facebook page, with their LinkedIn page. Social media is your entertainment channel with your audience. The reason why people love the Food Network isn't necessarily even because of the food. It's just that you get to watch people prepare the food. It's the preparation. It's the action. It's the flipping on the oven. It's the, is it going to make it in time? Is it fluffy enough? Does it look like this or that or the other thing? You get to watch people taste it. Sometimes there's judges. They make it entertaining. How are you making your brand or your business or your idea entertaining? Because there's a lot of people out there that probably don't know anything about what you do, and they see you doing it, but they don't even know what you do. It happens to me. People are like, what do you do? We help people with video marketing on social media. We do video marketing for social media pages. And we've moved into carousels and meme tweets and memes and viral scripts and all this kind of stuff and ads. People come in here, they film their ads, they go run those as ads, because now we're a full video marketing studio too. First, it was just me out of the corner of the bar, live streaming on Facebook, just like this. I used to do this same kind of thing. I want to say over 10 years ago at Alibi 25, I used to show up and I had this Macintosh program, something TV. I can't remember what it was called. And I would go there and I would broadcast. And we would shoot Jameson. This was like 15 years ago, 13 years ago. And so I think it's really, really important, because you have to figure out a way to communicate with your audience and to be able to, at the same time, get in touch with new or current clientele in a social platform where you guys can help each other go over. Creative alliances on social media are big, because you have the opportunity to connect with any CEO on the planet, come up with ways to benefit each other and service each other digitally. And you don't even need to live in the same town. You don't even need to be in the same Facebook groups. You can cover all kinds of ground with all kinds of people using social media platforms. But if nobody can possibly find you, how are you going to stand out? And going into 2025, you need to just have this mindset going in that like, you're going to crush it. You're going to go out there, get known for what you do. I've seen so many people blow up that are no more talented than you or anyone else out there. And it's like, even as someone who's been in entertainment since I was a kid, playing in bands in high school, I think that entertainment has changed so much and become so much more of a business, and business has become so much more entertainment. Everybody's invested in everything now. Even the big corporations are invested in, food brands that market to kids and have jingles and this and that, and marketing teams and social media and designs and all that kind of stuff. It's everywhere. And so if we don't learn that, and we don't learn how to use AI tools to make that easier, I think that we, as a generation of innovators and creators, get lost, and people just, the new up-and-comers, we stop innovating. And so I think it's important for us over the prime of our life. I'm 42 in February. Over the next 10 to 15 years, there's going to be a massive digital shift. And man, I know for a fact that I can run my studio right here in Dallas out of my house and crush it if I'm willing to put the work in. And you should know that too. And if you need help, you should come here. I will help you because it's ready. It's ready to go. October 25th and 26th, it's going down at the Content Hub. We're having a Real Estate Roundtable live podcast panel, just like what you're seeing on Facebook, just like this, with people all over the couches, set up, doing a podcast all over the couches. And it's going to be awesome. So if you want to be a part of the panel, I'm going to have a sign-up sheet. In fact, you can just go to pathilton.com and fill out the form, and I'll get in touch with you. Just type in there that you want to be on the podcast panel. If you're a real estate expert and you want to get professional recordings and you want to be a part of a community mastermind that's got content coming back right to your phone, then this is what you want to do. So fill out the form if you want to be a part of that. Leave a comment if you want to be a part of that. I'll get in touch with you, get you in touch with the team, and it's going down. So this place, it's ready to go. And we've got tons of different setups, and I'm really excited about it. And the cool thing about this is it's private. So we're going to be signing people up through the end of the year and launching them at the beginning of the year. And so we want to make sure that we get all of this scheduled out so we know exactly how we're going to operate next year. And so as a creator or a business owner or someone that wants to get out there in 2025, whether you use us or whether you use some other team or VA or whatever you choose to do, I think that myself and you included, we have to have a plan going into the year. There needs to be a content calendar and a system installed, or you're going to find yourself in July 4th, watching everybody who's been getting speaking engagements and building communities and getting all the cool live stream gigs. I think live streaming like this with Zoom calls is going to be huge over the next couple of years. We're going to start doing it. So we're going to have free community calls in the Facebook group. So if you want to join the social marketing Facebook group, we're going to have free community calls every single week. And I'm going to have the information dropping in that group. So we're coming with a bunch of cool stuff, and a lot of it is digital. You'll be able to access everything we do digitally because we're going to back it all up in a school community. It's going to be $99 a month. You can come in, you can watch the courses, watch the streams, network with the community, do deals with people, learn from some of the best. I mean, I'm sure that I could hit up Brian Hansen and Francis. They could tell you almost anything that you need to know about using AI with social media or presentations or any of that. Probably going to do a live stream with them soon. And so I've already got all these people in my head that have helped me get here that I'm like, all right, well, now this is the perfect opportunity for us to come together and collaborate and connect and make dope ass content that looks good and sounds good that's going to separate us from everybody else. So get out there and do it. Practice every single day, and don't make the mistake of recording one day and then not coming back and doing it throughout the week. I think if you don't make recording and producing content and scripting and pitching and generating copy a part of your daily habits, you're just not going to be very good at it. I know so many people that are great copywriters, and I'm good, but I think they're great. And there's good, there's great, and there's elite. And you need to find where you fit in, because if you can be elite at something and help great people become elite, you're going to be a kick-ass leader and people are going to want to work with you. So that's what we're doing here. We're building a place where you can be that leader live on Facebook, just like this, in a place that looks and sounds awesome. So love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.